Well, hello guys. It has been quite some time. I am back and I'm back with a new recipe for gluten-free, dairy-free, triple layer vanilla cake with caramel in between each layer and a chocolate frosting. And the chocolate frosting is actually vegan. So stick around. Let's make this, all right? Alrighty, so first of all, we're going to make the cake. So we're going to put together the dry ingredients, the wet ingredients, make the batter, bake the cake, starting off with some eggs. For this recipe, we're going to need 2 large eggs. I'm using pasture-raised organic eggs. And then I am going to use half a cup of full fat coconut milk and half a cup of water. Or if you have lighter coconut milk, you can just use 1 cup of that. And then olive oil goes in. I'm using 1/3 cup of olive oil. This is all the wet ingredients I'm putting together first. Vanilla extract, because this is a vanilla cake, half a tablespoon of vanilla extract. And then we're going to whisk everything together because that's all the wet ingredients for the cake batter. And then it's time to mix together the dry ingredients for the cake batter. We're going to need almond flour or almond meal. In this case, I'm using almond meal and I'm using 3 cups of almond meal. After that, we're going to put in half a cup of tapioca starch. And then coconut flour, just 2 tablespoons of coconut flour. And coconut sugar, my sweetener of choice, half a cup. And then baking powder, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Then half a teaspoon of baking soda and half a teaspoon of kosher salt. And that constitutes all the dry ingredients. So we're going to whisk it all together to make sure there's no lumps or bumps. Alternatively, you can sieve each dry ingredient before you combine them so that you don't have to mix it together this way. Once you're done, then you pour in the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients and you combine. Make sure when combining not to overmix, just mix it enough for the batter to be properly combined and formed. Once you're done, then we're going to put this into 3 different baking pans and put it in the oven at 370 degrees for about 30 minutes. So for the next couple of minutes, I'm just going to be filling the batter into the baking pans. I didn't have proper baking pans, so I'm just using what I have. I'm making do with what I have. I'm also using parchment paper because that helps to make sure that the cake comes out just in one piece and doesn't break or anything like that. Alrighty, so now that we're done, I'm just going to trim off or fold in the edges of the parchment paper and get it ready to put in the oven to bake. And then also flatten out the top of the cake. Okay, so for the caramel sauce, we're going to use 1 tablespoon of melted coconut oil and a 1/4 cup of sugar. And then we're going to melt that over the medium heat on the stove. And when it's melted, like you can see now, this consistency, you're going to add a 1/4 cup of coconut milk, full fat coconut milk, and then a 1/4 cup of water. Or if you're using a lighter coconut milk, you can just use a 1/4 cup of that, like a 1/2 cup of that light coconut milk. And then we're going to use 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and sprinkle some kosher salt. Put that back over medium heat. And then when it's this consistency, your caramel sauce is ready. And they're going to put the caramel sauce over each layer of the cake. By the way, the cake is ready now, and there's going to be a layer of caramel sauce between each layer, so we're just doing that right now. Alright, so line each layer of the cake with some delicious caramel sauce. And then for that final layer, you don't have to put caramel sauce on top of it, but because I had some extra caramel sauce, I'm just going to put that on the top because you know the frosting is going to go on the top anyway, right? So, and now we're going to make the chocolate frosting with 2 tablespoons of full fat coconut milk and then 2 tablespoons of water. All right, and then next we're going to put in our coconut oil, a 1/4 cup of coconut oil, 2 tablespoons of tapioca starch, 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder, and then of course sugar, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and plus a 1/4 cup of sugar. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then sprinkle some kosher salt. And then mix together till you have your chocolate frosting. I actually kept it in the fridge so it sets properly to be used as frosting. Alright guys, now it is time to frost the cake. If you want this to look very professional, you should shapen the edge of the cake so that it is smooth, uniform, and round. But I didn't do that. I was just making this for fun for myself at home. So I just frosted it up that way to not like have to trash any cake or anything like that. Not like you have to trash it, you could eat it, but yeah, I basically didn't trim off the edges, but you should do that if you want a very smooth, round, professional looking cake. So I'm just frosting it with 2 spoons over here using what I got, but if you have a piping bag, do that, or you have professional tools or spatula, use that. We're just making our cake with the simple ingredients and tools we have in our kitchen today, okay? Alright guys, we're done. I kept it in the fridge for a bit and now it is ready. The big reveal. Ta-da! Oh my goodness. It may not look the best, but it tastes the best. And when you make yours, you can make it look as fancy as you like. The flavor is there, and most importantly, guys, this is gluten-free and dairy-free, and the frosting and caramel sauce are both vegan. All right, guys, let's take a look. Triple layer goodness. All right. Gourmet style. Okay, guys, I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you will try out this recipe, make you some gluten-free, dairy-free cake for your party, you know, whatever. Just have fun with it and enjoy it, okay? Thank you so much for watching. Till the next one, guys. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye, guys. Take care.